Hello, brothers and sisters. You are welcome back to our channel, Afro Natural, where we discuss natural solution to our everyday problem. We also look at natural health, natural beauty. On this channel, we discuss naturality. Anything natural is what we discuss. Today in this video, I'm going to be going to the second part of my video on my on uh, what we call cost breaker. I've done the first part on the cost breaker. The first part is on my channel, the other channel, Smart Idea TV. But in this video, I'm going to be looking at the other part of cost breaker. What is a cost? In the other video, I explained what courses are, and I explained that there are two types of courses. One is the generational course. Then the other one is the self-inflicted course or individual course. The generational course is the topic for today. And when you say generational course, you are talking about the course that does not affect only you, but affects your family, the generation of your family. I don't mean your immediate family, the family that you are from. What it has happened to your father, it has happened to your grandfather, it is happening to you. And if you are not careful, it will also happen to you. That generational course, for instance, some family have a course of not get living old. They live till around 40 and die. And that's the way it has been. The grandfather lived to 40, the father lived to 40, and you are 39. So you are very afraid that by 40 you will die. That's generational course. But with this video, if you know this video and you can do it very well, you just follow the instructions and do it the way you should do it. Then I want to say you break away from this course. Not only you, the rest of your family will break away from this course. But I must warn you that this recipe is a very difficult one to do. Very difficult, because the forces that are against you and your generation will not want you to do it. But you are the one. If you are tired of your problem might be lack of marriage. Most of you, both male and female, that are of marriageable age, are not getting the men there are not getting wives. The women there are not getting husband, and you are like 40, 38, 40. So that's generational course. So once every one of you can do this, you might be the only person doing it, but you have to tell them to do it. And again, this recipe is not something that you can give to your friend to use. It's either that person is from your family, your immediate family, or your lineage. You cannot give it to outsiders. You cannot give it to your friend. You cannot give it to your house help. You cannot give it to your cousin from other distant cousin. No, it has to be from your lineage where the problem is. And another thing also is that they cannot help you to do this. I myself cannot help you to do it. Nobody, spiritualists will not even do it for you. They will run away from it. You are the one that can do it. It looks difficult. It looks daunting. But if you want to free from this generational course, then you should try to do it. If your spirit is telling you to do it, then don't waste time, do it. But if you feel your spirit does not want, then you can forget it. Because this one is something you cannot beg anybody to do. You cannot beg anybody. Though I want everybody to succeed. I want you to succeed. So also because I want to succeed. I want you to succeed, but I cannot force you to do it. Now, let's get into it properly. What are the ingredients that we are going to be using? One, we are going to be needing native salt. Then two, we are going to be using alligator pepper. A bunch of alligator pepper. Then you are going to be using two types of soap. There is the native raw soap, is the normal local soap, but this one does not foam. There are two types of local soap. One does not foam. This one does not foam. This one is also edible. They can eat it. They use it to prepare some concoctions that you can eat. So this one is the native local soap that does not foam. Just tell them in the market. Then the other one is the normal black local soap that they use in beauty preparations. Then you need sand. It might not mean, no, not necessarily the sand from the market, not necessarily from your village, just anywhere that you have a lot of people that commute on that road, that applies the road, is you can get sand. Anywhere that people passes, just get a little sand and you are good to go. Now, how are we going to be preparing this? We are going to be using mortar for this. If you have watched the first part, if you watch the first part, then you understand that we need mortar. But if you have not watched it, then go and watch that one. Then you come back to watch this one. That is very important. It's very important. So you need a mortar. You have to start with the native salt. If you are using the native salt, if you cannot get the native salt, you can use the normal cooking salt that you have. If you are using the cooking salt, then you are not starting with the salt. But if it is the native salt, you put it in the mortar. You just grind it a bit. Then you put your alligator pepper, the whole bunch. Then you grind the salt, the native salt with the alligator pepper. You grind it together. Once you grind it together, then you put the first type of salt that does not foam. You put that. You also grind them together. Then you put the salt, the soap that forms, the normal local soap that you used to bathe and use in beauty recipes. You add that, then you grind everything. You have to pound everything together. And then you have to put your sand. You add the sand. You have to add it. Then add water. Put a little water. Just put enough water, not too many. Just too much. Just put the water and you grind everything together. Grind it very well. Make sure everything smoothens very well. If it smoothens very well, then you pack it. Once you are packing it, don't pack this one like the first one. Don't pack it in the plastic. You don't pack this type of soap in plastic. You have to look for a big paper. It can be a newspaper. You double it. It can be just add paper. So don't use plastic and don't use any other thing. Just paper. Then you pack everything on the paper. Then you are going to be using this to take your bath. And this is also done by 1 in the midnight, 1 a.m. in the midnight. And you have to do it for 7 nights, 16 nights, 21 nights. You continue to do it. But how do you know when you are done? When you notice when I started working, is that maybe you are used to having some kind of dream, or maybe that thing that has been difficult are becoming gradually getting better. Then you know you are getting out of it. But one other important warning is that you should not do this alone. You should not do it alone. You have to tell your other siblings to do it. And it's better to start at the same time. Make sure you start at the same time. You might be in different places, but just send the link to this video to them. You cannot do it for them because they are far away from you. If they are closer to you, they can use part of the ones you've done. But if they are not with you, then describe how they are going to go about it to them. Everything we discussed there are things they can get. They can get it from app stores or spiritual stores, or they can order online. It's online. Indian Mart is there. They will order it. Even eBay, they can get some. They can get some on Amazon. So they can get it. It's not something that is too difficult for them. So every one of you should do it. If only you do it, then you are not breaking anything. Every other person should try and do it. That is when you want to be free totally from this generational curse. And I was wondering, generational curse is not something that you toy with. It's not something you joke with. You have to address it headlong. You have to address it. If you want to live a meaningful life, if you want to live a life of substance, You know, God does not design this world for anybody to suffer. But for one reason or the other, maybe for something that your ancestors have done, maybe something you don't know about, or maybe some evil doers, some evil people must have inflicted your family, your generation with this, and you battle with it. But you don't run away from problem. By running away from problem, you are not solving the problem. You have to tackle it headlong and try to solve it. You are not losing anything. Already things are not working. So if you face it headlong, then you are not losing. Another one also is that while doing it, you might have some more difficulties. Don't just continue to persist and do it. You might have difficulties. You might continue to be afraid. You might have little sickness, malaria. Just continue to do it. When you continue to do it, then at the end of the day, you are going, if you don't run away, you are going to praise the Almighty for for coming in contact with this video. And by the way, if you are new to this channel, you are coming in contact with the channel for the first time, consider subscribing. Subscription is free. If you subscribe, then you become part of the family, Afro Natural TV, where we discuss nature and natural things. Until I come your way again, remain blessed.